From Anshe Sfard Beth El Emeth Congregation, it's time to take 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.
Welcome to our discussion of Parshat Re'eh, getting a glimpse of God. We look at the end of the Parsha, speaks of the notion of seeing God 3 times a year. Or so it says, or being seen by God. What exactly does this mean? Let's take a look. It says, Shalosh Pamim B'Shana, 3 times a year, Yeira'eh Kol Zuchurcha et Panei Hashem Lokecha. All of your male children should be seen at the face of God. We should be seen by the face of God. Yeira'eh. The rabbis in Chagiga interpret that it's not only Yeira'eh, that you should be seen, but it also says, Kederach sheba liros kach ba leiraos. You're coming to see and to be seen. The Yerushalmi in Chagiga says that when we go to the Regel, if a person goes Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkos in the olden days to see God, so to speak, to be seen by God in Jerusalem, then it's Ke'ilu Makpil Pnei Shekhinah. It's as if you're going to greet the face of Shekhinah, the face of God. Elsewhere in Parshas Mishpatim it says, Yera'eh kol zuchurcha pnei Hadon Hashem. Your children should go see in front of the Master God. There's something about being seen. The Gemara in Chagiga in Daf Vav Amud Beis says that when Rav Huna reached this pasuk, when he sees that God, we are to be seen by God, God wants to see us 3 times a year, the rabbi used to cry, because he says that we're like servants who our master wants to see us. He really wants to see us. Now, what exactly did a Jew see in those days? When you went to Aliyah L'Regel, when you came to the Beis HaMikdash, what did you see? So here we have several Gemaras. The Gemara in Yuma, Talmud there in Yuma says that as follows. They used to lift up the shulchan. They used to lift the holy table in the inner sanctuary, a section that was not usually seen by a regular Jew. A regular Jew who wasn't a Kohen could not go into this section where the menorah and the shulchan, the special holy table, and the Mizbach Hazav, the golden altar of incense was. We didn't go in there. This is a special section. But during the time of Aliyah Regel, the 3 times a year, Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkos, they would lift up the table. And according to Yerushalmi, they would take it outside the Holy of Holies. And they would say, look how beloved you are to God. Luko kesiduro. Just this bread is just as fresh when you take it off the table as when you put it on. And in between, there was a week that passed by. It should have been stale, but there was a miracle. To see God means to see how He's active, how He operates, to see the miracle of the many different miracles in the Beis HaMikdash, and particularly the miracle of the bread. Somehow that was a special miracle to show the love and the kindness. It's like you go to your bubby's house and there's fresh cookies there, because that shows the special love that God has for the Jewish people. Then there's another Gemara. That was on Daf Chav Aleph Beis 21b. There's another Gemara in Daf Nun Daled Amud Aleph in Yuma, that same tractate, talks about Yom Kippur and the high priest going on Yom Kippur to the Holy of Holies. That's the high priest. That's once a year. That's a Yom Kippur. But the Gemara says here, Amrav Katina, Bisha Shayu Yisrael Olam L'Regel. When the Jews went up to the pilgrimage festivals, Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkos, Sholosh Regalim, Megalim Lahem Es HaPorches. They would roll back the curtain that divided, the curtain that didn't allow us to see into the Holy of Holies. Umarim Lahem Es HaKruvim. They would show us not just the shulchan, not just the menorah, not just the area outside the Holy of Holies. They would show us the Holy of Holies itself. Unbelievable. Shayu Ma'urim Zebazeh. The Kruvim, the cherubs that were on top of the ark, during the holiday of the Pesach, Shavuot, and Sukkot, it was such a loving time between God and the Jewish people that the Keruvim were hugging one another as a symbol of the love of God and the Jewish people. The Kohanim would say to the Jews, the same language we had before. Look how beloved you are to God. The love of God and the Jewish people is so close that it's so strong. It's strong like the love of a man and a wife. The Keruvim were a boy and a girl. They were me'urim zeh b'zeh. They were like hugging. They were in a total embrace because it's to show, God wanted to show us that He has a love for us like a husband and wife, such a close love. And therefore, when we think of what is the culmination of the high holidays, it's not so much Yom Kippur where the high priest enters the Holy of Holies, but it's Sukkos, it's Pesach and Shavuos, where every Jew is able to see, to be seen and to see the love of God for the Jewish people through the freshness of the bread, the miracle of the bread that never went stale, through the closeness of the cherubs representing God and the Jewish people, and our love together, how we actually have like a husband and wife relationship with God. This is unbelievable. So we talk about getting a glimpse of God. Pesach and Shavuos and Sukkot, we have a glimpse not only of God, that's one thing, but of our relationship with God. We have a glimpse of how close we really are. Of course, in modern times, since the destruction of the temple, in some way we've been distanced. The Shechinta Begalusa, the Shechina has gone far away. But in another sense, Pesach and Shavuos and Sukkot is still an opportunity. Reb Tzadok HaKohen of Lublin says in the Pri Tzadik and Parshas Emor that B'Yom HaShabbos Yarchenu, that every single Shabbos we put that bread out there, that the bread that at our Shalosh Shudas, a special mystical spiritual time each week, we also have an opportunity to get close to God again. And there's another beautiful pasuk in our parsha which relates to this idea of how we can get a glimpse of God. The Torah says that one day there'll be a special place that's chosen, Lishichno Tidrishu Vasa Shama. You should seek out God and then go there. Seek out the Shekhinah, the presence of God. So the Sfas Emes, the Ger Rebbe writes, Adam Tzarich Lidros, a person needs to seek out on a quest, on a journey, on a mission. What? La'osana makomos vazmanim vanefoshos. If to find those places, those time slots, and those souls, those individuals, Shakadusha misgala bahem, that you can see the holiness from them, from those places, from the land of Israel, from those times, Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot, Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh. And the nefashos, the special holy souls, holy Jews that you know, special Jews involved in prayer, involved in Torah, rabbis, sages, women who have special holiness and learning. Shakadusha misgala bahem, that the holiness is revealed through them in those places and times and people. That's what it means to seek out God's presence. He says this applies to everyone. To uproot from ourselves the evil inclination and get closer with God. And that's what it says, that we have to pray before God. That we should return to us the Shekhinah. What is the ultimate return of a Shekhinah? We should be able to have the Nevuah again, to have the divine presence again. Perhaps what the Sfas Emes is getting at. When a Jew used to go to the Beis HaMikdash, he would sometimes be inspired to have Nevuah. The Yonah, the prophet, he became inspired through Aliyah LaRegel, by going to the Regel. The Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkot used to be a time, an opportunity where a person could possibly receive the divine presence at that time. Today, Nebuch, we don't have the Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkot where we go to Jerusalem. Some are able to go to the Kotel, go to the Holy City, see the Temple Mount. That's a beautiful thing. Some are able to live in the land of Israel. Some are able to see holy people and be close with people who are very holy. We all have the opportunity of holy times. And if we can take advantage of this, hopefully we can get that glimpse of God, a glimpse of God to those special places. And if we can get that glimpse, Hopefully we can have a spirit that stays with us, not just in those special times, but a spirit that stays with us throughout the week, a spirit that stays with us throughout our lives. The Parsha speaks of L'shichno Tidrashu. If we want to get to that point, the first step to take is to have a quest, to be on a quest for holiness, to attach ourselves to holy people, holy times, and holy places. Hopefully, through this quest, we'll eventually get there, because we know that ultimately, as the rabbi noticed, God wants it. He's our master. He mitzape l'roseinu. He wants to see us. And if we have an equal desire, then one day we'll be able to understand and appreciate that vision the Jews used to have when they went Aliyah L'Regel. That ultimately, the Kruvim Ma'urim Zebazeh, God is embracing us, He's hugging us. All we need to do is hug back. Thank you for joining us here at the Anshe Sephardi Bethel Emes congregation for this discussion of Parshas Re'eh. We'll look back at our previous discussions, and hopefully, Mitzvah Hashem, will be able to learn further each week as we go forward in our quest and journey as well. We'd like to thank the Woodman family for making tonight's presentation possible. Andy and Trisha, our good friends, in honor of their parents, Don and Linda Peltz, and also Mel and Bryna Woodman. We want to thank Andy and Trisha for making this presentation possible. And thanks also to Jason Lefkowitz for his technical support each week. Thank you, and join us again.
This has been 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.